Hello, I'm Caroline from PC Game Zen, and welcome to our Devil May Cry 5 Beginner's Guide. This video contains everything you need to know going into Capcom's demon-filled hack-and-slash game, like how to get consistently high rankings, the trick to scoring more red orbs, the secret technique this guy can do for you, and more. Now everyone knows the Lords of the Underworld are great at summoning demons, but what I'd love to summon is an army of subscribers. If you want to join my sub-army, just hit that subscribe button and click the alert bell, and we can take on Order Reason together. On with the video!
Well, looks like this won't be a total waste of time after all.
One of the first things you want to do in Devil May Cry 5 is pay a visit to the Void. I'd recommend doing this after the first mission, once you've bought some new moves using the Red Orb's in-game currency. The Void is a practice area which you're free to hit a single enemy as much as you want. You can turn off their AI, as well as give yourself an infinite amount of Devil Breakers and special meter. Mess around for as long as you want trying out moves, and it'll definitely pay off. It's so much easier to see what moves are landing when you don't have a dozen of these things all attacking at once. And keep an eye on the bottom left corner, because it'll show you the buttons you pressed that led to a particular move. So get yourself to the Void and start getting that practice in. It's worth it, if just to score a little payback.
Hey, you can do better than that!
Stylish kills have always been key to the Devil May Cry series, and DMC 5 is no different. The better your kill, the more red orbs you get at the end of the level, and the more red orbs you have, the more upgrades and items you can buy. The two simplest ways to an S rank are combo length and variety. Don't just use the same attacks over and over. Once you've launched an enemy into the air, for example, take advantage by reeling off some new attacks. If an enemy is far away, keep your combo going using your long-range attacks, like Nero's Wire or Dante's Trickster Dash, which are done by pressing Lock-On and Devil Breaker for Nero, or Lock-On and Stylish Action for Dante. When playing as V, a good way to achieve a high rank is to get your opponents at death's door, which is when they turn a pasty white, then dispatching them all in a row using Finishing Blow. This will send your ratings skyrocketing. The better you do, the more red orbs you get at the end of the level, so there's a lot of incentive to get good at stringing together combos. You can taunt in Devil May Cry 5, just press the back button on an Xbox controller, and there's a good reason to do it. Taunt at enemies, taunt at statues, and take that, abandoned motor vehicle!
What'd you say?
Taunting raises your rank when you throw them into combos. All three of DMC 5's characters have different taunts, and can even work them into moves, such as while you're running in for a dropkick. It doesn't do that much damage to be honest, but it's cool anyway. The mid-air taunt is my favourite. This is probably what Tony Hawk would do if he fought demons. There's also an incredibly expensive taunt to buy for each character called an X Provocation. It costs 3 million red orbs, and it raises your score even more. What you're seeing now isn't the taunt, by the way, it's just a cutscene to illustrate the point. We haven't saved up enough money to buy an X Provocation yet, but we're dying to know what it looks like. Oh god, what if it's the floss? Nah, Capcom wouldn't do that to us, would they?
Slacking, are you?
Red orbs are the currency in Devil May Cry 5. They're how you buy new moves, as well as items and Devil Breakers. The main way to acquire them is by doing long and varied combos for high scores, but you can also see them scattered around the level, so get into the habit of doubling back on yourself and breaking open suspicious looking walls. DMC 5 is a very destructible game, like really destructible. When you see this particular cluster of red, perform your most powerful combos on it, because it'll spit out red orbs for only a few seconds. The more damage you do, the more red orbs you get, before the cluster turns black and stops dispensing orbs, so just go nuts on it. When you see this ant-like enemy, kill it immediately. You might be thinking, I don't need to kill this, it's running away, I'll just leave it so we can see its poor little ant family again. But no, kill it quickly, because it'll spit out orbs. But like that weird red orb cluster, it'll only spit them out for a short period of time before it disappears. It's a bit like the gem lizard from Dark Souls, but less grossly incandescent and just, well, ew. If the red orb ant gets away, remember you can replay any level to farm those red orbs. They're shared between all three protagonists, so your efforts always count towards the overall goal. Replaying levels can be an excuse to try them with a new character too. V is a weedy guy who can't really fight like Nero and Dante. Instead, he uses his demons to fight for him while he swans around reading poetry. One of his 3 demons is called Nightmare, and he's an absolute beast as you can see. There are a few tricks to using him though. One is to open secret passages. The entrance's nightmare finds are contextual, so it might crash in through a building and open up a secret route filled with red orbs, but it depends on where it's summoned. Nightmare? More like a dream. We recommend investing in the skill that makes it easier to fill your purple bar, so you can call on his services more often. Another great thing about Nightmare is that it can instantly revive your team after they go down. When your Crow Griffon and Panther Shadow are in what's called a stalemate, where they turn into a little ball and won't come out, summon Nightmare, and its cheerleader-like effect will get them back into battle. Man, these nightmares are so useful in this game. Whenever I have a nightmare, it's usually just me forgetting to do my homework and getting yelled at. Don't worry if you don't have enough juice in the tank to call Nightmare though. Your pets recover on their own over time, about 10 seconds or so, and you can always speed up that process by standing near them. Devil Breakers are a series of detachable arms unique to Nero. There are 8 of them, and they each come with distinct abilities. They do have a tendency to explode though, so let's explain exactly how they work. Basically, each arm has 2 moves, a normal move and a charge move you activate by holding the Devil Breaker button down. You can use the normal move as much as you like, but once you've used the charge move, it blows up and you can't use it again. Also, if you get hit while charging the move, it'll shatter, but the move itself cannot be interrupted, like this grab here. Finally, if you press the break away button, you instantly blow your arm up. Why would you want to do that? Well, blowing your arm up lets you escape grabs, so it's a good trade-off. When you want more Devil Breakers, just buy them from your van-based friend Nico. You don't really see phone boxes anymore because everyone has tiny phone boxes in their pockets at all times. We call them pocket phone boxes, and they're great. But in DMC 5, barely half an hour goes by without a full-size phone box popping up. When you walk over to it and make a call, along comes Nico. She'll pull up in her van so you can upgrade your skills and buy new items. The thing is, even if you don't need her services, I suggest calling her anyway, because every time you do, you get a cool new cutscene. Each phone box interaction is completely different, and they're all hilarious. Sure, you're making Nico come all the way to you for nothing, but you're really missing out if you don't give all these cutscenes a watch. Let's end on some very basic tips for the absolute beginners out there. Firstly, if you lose your way, you can hold the button down that changes targets and it'll point the camera towards your next objective. That's helpful if you get a bit discombobulated after all the demon killing. Secondly, you can hold the reset camera button in to turn on auto combos. This makes performing ridiculous combos much easier, and there's no shame in using it for a leg up if you're struggling. It's useful if you want to get a feel for what an actual technique looks like. Thirdly, there's a little knack to jumping, and that's using Nero's gun, the Blue Rose. If you shoot it while jumping, you'll get an extra bit of air. The other characters can also use a similar attack to keep their airtime. The game doesn't tell you about this, but it's helped us a few times, and we never needed to buy the double jump at the upgrade screen because of it. And that's going to do it for our top 10 Devil May Cry 5 tips and tricks. Let us know in the comments if any of those help you at all as you embark on your demon hunting journey with Dante & Co. As ever, subscribe to us here at PC Games End for more videos, because if you don't, the devil may cry, but I definitely will cry. And click that alert bell to see our videos as soon as they're out. Thanks for watching!